Hello everybody, Mr. Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online. In the last episode, we were working with the Crystal Braves to try to track down and apprehend some people who are engaging in some black market weapons deals, which may or may not have been related to the unrest in Ul'dah, but unfortunately, the merchant involved was accidentally killed in the process, and the shipment wasn't as big as it should have been, and there's all kinds of weirdness going on, and something just doesn't quite smell right about the whole situation. So we'll see how that continues to progress. But while we were working on that, we were urgently called back to the Rising Stones because the Ishgardians have reason to believe that something may be going on with the Great Worm Midgardsormr, who died 15 years ago in the Battle of Silver Tear Skies, when the Garleans previously attempted to invade Eorzea, and Midgardsormr destroyed their great flagship, but ended up getting killed in the process. But there are some sort of celestial phenomenon that are going on somehow related to the dragons, and they want us to go ahead and investigate it and see what's going on. So that is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be heading into the Keeper of the Lake Instance Dungeon and running through there and seeing what's going on. Unfortunately, the Garleans are also salvaging the wreck, because we've had Castrum Sentry cut off from resupply for a while, and so they're salvaging equipment there. So we're going to have to probably fight our way through some Garlean forces. Alright, so, well, much further ado, let's go ahead and queue into the Duty Finder and get started in the dungeon. So, we'll not be doing any duty roulettes. We're going to be doing the Keeper of the Lake. There we go. Join in. Now, the last boss in this dungeon is quite an interesting fight, and can kill very quickly an unprepared party that doesn't know what they're doing. So hopefully, we get some people who know what they're doing, and hopefully I know what I'm doing. I did watch a refresher video, so, because it's been a while since I've been in here. So, hopefully it doesn't go too sideways too quickly. Ah, perfect timing. Just need the DPS ready up, as usual. There we go. Alright, let's make sure we're in Defiance. Healer, you didn't get Protect on me. Alright, whatever. Oh, let me just say, let them know that they missed me when they buffed up while I was in the cutscene. There we go. Alright. Typical crabs. Yeah, and this dungeon is actually specifically designed to prevent you from advancing too fast. We'll go ahead and grab these guys up. Alright, let's make sure that I stay on top of things here. Oh my god. Okay, that was apparently too much. Duly noted. I did home gang there too, so... That was a little bit my fault, you know. I pulled a little too aggressively. So... I will be a little bit more careful proceeding on. Alright, bunch more trash here. I want the big frog things. DPS is focusing down the frog, which is good. Alright, first boss. Einhander. Now this guy is a bit interesting. He's going to drop some cerulean tanks in the field. Now the DPS can hit them and push them away. And eventually they will ignite and explode. And the further away they are from you when they explode, the less damage will take. So you want to knock them away and keep the boss away from those tanks. Also, the boss's abilities can ignite and detonate the tanks. So, and one of the things the boss will do is pull the tanks towards him. Are any of them ignited? No, none of them are ignited. Okay, so... Oh, he hit one of them. Let's pull him away from the ignited tank. Oh, they exploded. Okay. The healer die? Home gang. Alright, I'm gonna pass on all the loot. Wait till the healer gets here. Alright, there he is. And here we have Garlean forces, as expected. Alright, so those guys dropped a key. There we go. Alright, so we need to engage this trash in order to unlock the cage that's holding in that Colossus. Because the Colossus is the thing that has the key that we need to unlock the next area. Colossus is free. Let's get it. Well, actually, you have to destroy those Magitech terminals. Probably should have brought the trash over there. That's okay. Alright, just the Colossus is left. Alright. I'm going to drag them over here to the Magitech Field Inductor. Of course, there's a mage. Come on, over here. Over here. There we go. Okay. The mage is down. The mage is down. Good. Get the identification key. There we are. And that should let us get through the gates. There we are. And that brings us to the next boss, the Magitech gunship. Fairly straightforward. Avoid the AoE. There is one thing that he does do in here that makes this fight a bit interesting is he's going to go to the edge of the room, he's going to target a player, and then he's going to chase them and drop fire fields on the ground. Fortunately, did manage to cut off. Well, at least that's a ranged character. Okay, so that's okay. Oh, okay. I don't want to get back in there. So, now that conal AoE will actually do damage even after the cast finishes. What are you doing? Don't stand. Okay. Pick these guys up. Pick these guys up. Come on. Alright, so he's going to be targeting a player. Alright, so he's going to run a line from where he is to that player. Oh, he's going to do his conal AoE. Bring him over here so that there's room for the melee DPS to work. That always gets me here. Oh, Cohort Vanguard. Alright, he's doing another line of fire. Oh, bring him over here, bring him over here. There we go. Oh. This is where things get a little bit nutty. Alright, it is down. Just pass all this stuff, we don't need it. Alright, everybody through? Yeah, so that airship there is just going to be randomly attacking us with AoE. And I'm going to take these enemy packs one at a time. defensive cooldowns. Alright, and then the airship is actually going to blow up the blocker, preventing us from getting through. Another set of enemies here. Alright, those are down. The airship is still firing at us. And these are all Dravanian enemies, so there is something going on up here. Alright, next wall is going to be destroyed. There we go.
Who treadeth now upon my bones, and waketh me from slumber sweet? Thou hast forgotten the face of thy Lord. Remember, mortal, and fear me.
Alright then. Giant dragon ghost. Okay. Midgard's armor. Let's engage. Now, this, again, is another fight all about dodging the AoEs. Oh, okay, and he spawned one of the dragons. And we want to make sure we tank it away from the group and far away from Midgard's armor. At some point, another ad is going to spawn, carrying a Magitech device, and that needs to die as fast as possible. There it is. Just going to drop the generator, Magitech field generator, on the floor, and then when he does this, we have to get to it and activate it. Anybody who's not in there is going to die. Alright. Mirage Dragon is down. Back on the boss. away, get away. Oh. I got hit. No big deal. It doesn't hurt that badly. Alright. Reviving the other dragon. This one I think we do actually want to keep kind of close. That is an AoE that the DPS really kind of need to deal with. Now, we might get another one of those bird things carrying the Magitek field generators again. A couple of defensive cooldowns. Oop. Ah, we get hit by that. Alright, that was just a knockback. No big deal. Alright, yep, there it is. The Eorzea. The DPS to kill that as fast as possible. Alright, it's down. Field generator's up. Oh, someone's dropping a limit break on this thing. Okay, that works. Oh, get away, get away, get away. Alright, dragon is down. And that leaves Midgard Stormer with very low health. It's kind of hard for me not to get hit by that. But again, it doesn't hurt that badly. Alright, he's down. Give the healer a commendation, even though we kind of struggled a little bit, but, you know, it's alright. Pass on that stuff. And then we should get a cutscene as we leave the dungeon.
By her gifts hast thou earned a moment's reprieve. Speak, mortal, and I shall listen. Guided by a star. My people have heard the song. Ishgard shall burn. Sons must answer for their father's misdeeds. We do not forget. We do not forgive. Seven children did I sire. One now singeth of retribution. I rise to join in the chorus. Thou art powerless to silence us, mortal. Yet thou shalt not live to labor in vain. Thy reprieve is at trickery is thy shield. This frail, ignoble creature is not gifted, but chosen. Hearken to me, Hydaelyn. I remember, and I consent. Fear not, mortal. I shall not harm thee. Mayhap thou thinkest me an oath breaker. Thou art mistaken. If thou comest to harm, it shall be by another's hand, not mine. I did but strip thee of thy mistress's feeble blessing. Thou didst profit much by her grace, but no more. The covenant binds me to thee. I shall watch, listen, and wait. Fight and struggle, if it be thy will. Man hath ever coveted that which lieth beyond his grasp. I drink of her body, and thence doth mine own find new life. When it hath grown whole, the loyal and penitent shall rejoice. The dragon song heraldeth our beginning and an end.
Alright then. Interesting. Alright, we may summon Midgard Zormer by selecting a corresponding entry within their minion guide. Okay, so we now have Midgard Zormer as a minion. Let me actually go ahead and go in there. So Midgard's armor will be watching us as we proceed through the rest of the story. So let's go ahead, let's see. Minions. And where... There he is. Alright, well, let's talk to the Doman Watch. I was beginning to fear the worst. Were those explosions I saw? But you shouldn't waste time talking with me. Alphino left a message stating that you were to return to the Rising Stones at once. Alright, we'll go ahead and speak to Alphino back at the Rising Stones. Probably easiest just go ahead and teleport back, even though it isn't that far. Alright, there's Lucia. And I guess looks like Alphino is in the Solar. There he is. Praise the 12 that you are hale and whole. I came as soon as Minfilia informed me of Sir Emmerich's request. You have completed your investigation of the Keeper of the Lake, I take it? Then I would hear your report. You conversed with Midgard Zormer? I swear, were anyone else to make such a claim, I would regard it with considerable skepticism. Are we to understand that the Worm Lord did not perish, and has sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? Has in sooth lain dormant these past 15 years? Less a resurrection and more a rejuvenation, for he who dwelleth in eternity, years passing as moments. Though his words were ambiguous at times, one statement left little room for interpretation. My people have heard the song, Ishgard shall burn. Clearly an attack is imminent. We must share this information with Sir Emmerich immediately. However, we dare not divulge your conversation with Midgard Zormer in its entirety. To even acknowledge that you heard the voice of a Dravanian is a grave but necessary risk. Lest we forget, men have been executed as heretics for declaring as much. For your own protection, and for the sake of our tenuous relations with Ishgard, the truth cannot leave this room. As for how we shall present our revelation to Sir Emmerich's emissary, you may leave that to me. Pray remain here for now. Is there something you are not telling us, Ayame? You seem different somehow. 'Tis almost as if you are missing something. Something important. 12 for Fend. Midgard Zormer stripped you of the blessing of the light? Are you alright? How do you feel? I see. It is a relief to hear that you are otherwise unharmed. It beggars belief that any being could possess the power to deprive you of her blessing. Midgard Zormer made mention of a covenant, did he not? One of the ancient myths regarding Silvertear Falls states that when the waters came into existence, so too did the Great Worm. Althik and Nimia, brother Time and sister Fate, decreed that Midgard Zormer ever watch over the source from which all water and magic was said to flow. I wonder, what if this was the covenant of which he spoke? 'Twas not the gods with whom he treated, but Heidelin herself? Well, if he is watching over you as he claimed, mayhap you will have an opportunity to ask. Let us keep this matter to ourselves. I do not wish to burden our friends needlessly. And no need to tell the Ishgardians that we have a Dravanian hanging out with us. Art thou a pawn or master of thy fate? What hast thou wrought by thine own hands, mortal?
My friend, I can scarce believe it. You confronted the Wormlord and lived to tell the tale. I give thanks to Helone for your preservation. It is our sole cause for gladness. Your encounter with the Keeper of the Lake served to confirm our fears. A great worm has roared, and it makes little difference if it was one of the two in Eorzea or any other. The Dravanians are coming.
I am told that Ishgard has magical defenses against Dravanian attack, though I am not privy to their exact nature. Will they be enough to repel a massive force?
Ishgard has weathered countless assaults over centuries. This will be no different. And now that you have confirmed the threat, none can ignore the Lord Commander's calls for the wards to be strengthened. I dare not presume to speak for him, but I expect the Lord Commander would sing your praises. I must away, but we shall meet again soon.
Countless assaults weathered, and this will be no different? Why am I not convinced?
Alright, let's go ahead and talk to Alphino here. The Ishgardians have warred with the Dravanians for centuries, nay, nearly 1,000 years. In all that time, not once have their enemies breached their defenses and entered the city proper. Yet regardless of how strong these magical wards may be, I nevertheless fear that the Ishgardians are underestimating the gravity of the situation. There was not Midgard-Zormr who roared. A call to arms by one of the first brood cannot be ignored. Until such time as they choose to request our aid, however, we can do naught but observe the situation at a distance, and pray that our fears are unfounded. Alright. So let's go ahead and grab the next quest, and then we'll call this a day. Alphino has a message from Moonbrita for the Scions. Ere I forget, I believe Moonbrita has requested a gathering of the Scions. I assume there has been some progress concerning our efforts to combat the Ascians. Pray inform her that our business with the Ishgardians is concluded for the moment. I shall be along once I've completed my communications with the Crystal Braves. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and do that next episode when we come back. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.